we start with news of the next NXT Premium Live event, and that is July the 30th. It is NXT Great American Bash, which means that both WWE and NXT will not have Premium Live events in the month of June. Will not have Premium Live events in the month of June, as Money in the Bank is set for July the 1st, and now we know Great American Bash is set for July the 30th. It will benefit NXT having an event later and further down the road because it will give them the opportunity to build up the card from scratch because they are starting from square one, for lack of a better word, outside of maybe with the tag team division, as the family, Tony D'Angelo and Stax, are potential contenders for the tag team titles at this point. And the fact of the matter is, those are the only people, or those two guys are the only people that have potential challengers, or are potential challengers. Everywhere else is starting from square one because a lot of shit was ended at Battleground this past weekend. Well, who am I kidding? Yesterday. Not this past weekend. But with that being said, a lot of the news is fixated within AEW, but we also have the fact that we have a new NXT Women's Champion, and this, my friends, is not a spoiler. And the reason why it's not a spoiler is because going into the match between Tiffany Stratton and Lyra Valkyria, it was either going to be where Tiffany Stratton or Lyra Valkyria won because the title was vacated. The title was vacant. And because the title was vacant, it was going to result in a new champion one way or the other. It was going to result in a new champion one way or the other. But it's going to be where a lot of spoilers are given in this matchup or in this time. So in this news video, I should say. So if you are not looking for what happened at NXT Battleground or Double or Nothing, then I suggest keeping away from the news videos today and coming back in a couple of days when it's not having to do with the pay-per-view. With that being said, though, as the warning is up front, we talk now about Tiffany Stratton being the new NXT Women's Champion and set to lead the division. I do believe when I did the predictions for NXT Battleground yesterday, I did select Tiffany Stratton as the winner of, or in my opinion, the person that would win the women's title match last night. So props to me for guessing right, but also props to Tiffany Stratton for being the new leader of the NXT Women's Division. The only question now is, who's going to be her first challenger? And I think that it's fair to say maybe Roxanne Perez, maybe somebody else. But the one thing that I think is also worth noting is NXT Anonymous, the woman that has been attacking various members of the women's division, taking them out for long periods of time, or putting them on the shelf for what seems to be ages, and taking away the competition almost, is set to be revealed. The mystery woman who's been attacking members of the roster, most recently, I believe it was Sol Ruka, that she attacked, will be revealed this week on NXT. So, we finally get the, it's The end of an unexpected mystery, I guess, is the best way to put it. So props to WWE for pulling out something big for the Memorial Day edition of NXT. It's not the Memorial Day edition of Raw because Raw is happening tonight. But also the NXT North American champion. The NXT North American champion, Wes Lee, retained his championship, and though you may question why I didn't have the philosophy to say that Tyler Bate would win, it's the idea that I thought storyline basis Joe Gacy could win, but either way I did think that Wes Lee would keep the belt, and to see Wes Lee keep the title, it's like I said with Jade Cargill, unless you know what's going to happen after the fact, there's no reason to have him drop the title. And I'm not saying that they don't have a plan for Wes Lee after he drops the title. I'm just saying, I don't know that they do. Or maybe it's just the fact that I don't know that they want him to drop the title right now. I don't know that they want him to drop the title right now, so maybe they just don't want him to drop the title right now, and that's the direction they went. But also, Noam Dar has a new faction with fellow unknown NXT stars, including Lash Legend. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't remember the other members, but um, but I'm sure we will hear about it on NXT this week. Oh, Ora Mensa, Jakara Jackson, and Lash Legend are now a part of Noam Dar's faction, with the Scottish Supernova being the lead. And what I was going to say was, I'm sure we will hear about what happened with the Heritage Cup this Tuesday on NXT, or you'd figure that'd be the case. And also, a lot is going to be made about this during the week, and a lot is going to be made about this in the not-too-distant future. Jimmy Uso super kicking the Tribal Chief at Night of Champions and shocking the wrestling world because we've been waiting for the Usos to attack this Tribal Chief for the last couple of months. And the fact of the matter is, it happened, but it didn't happen with the Uso that we thought. It happened with Jimmy, and Jimmy said something that rang throughout the arena in Jeddah. And the one word, the phrase that Jimmy said when it rang through the arena in Jeddah is, "You should have did this a long time ago." To his brother Jay, and the fact of the matter is, people have been begging Jay to stand up to Roman for a long, long, long time, and Jimmy did it. Does that mean Jay will do it next? Also, will Rikishi be on SmackDown this week to try and fix the issues with his family? I guess we will find out this week on SmackDown, because the main question is, what happens next with the Bloodline? With that being said, we got other news to get to in the next video, so I will see you in the next video that will be more focused on AEW. And with that being said, I will see you in the next one.